What is up, guys? I am back for another video, but this one is a little different. We are now in present day. So I've been uploading a lot of videos to YouTube with stuff that happened in the past, right? The whole build summary of last year, and then last year's events at Mid-Ohio and Lime Rock. And I wanted to continue that trend of uploading the past events and the history of this car, and eventually catch up to present day. But I realized that that was just gonna take way too long. There was so many events that happened after Lime Rock. We also had HMP, then we had last winter's rebuild, and then we had all the events this year, and of course the big situation that happened on the way home from COTA with the accident. So I just realized that I wanted to just get something more current out there for you guys to kind of update you on what's going on in the shop. But this video isn't really going to be about this sedan in particular. We're actually going to talk about a whole nother car that I'm going to pick up later in this video. So you'll have to keep watching, and while you're at it, you might as well like and subscribe, because I'm trying this whole YouTube thing now, and apparently you're supposed to say that in every video. So before we grab that new car, this car has to be put into off-season mode, which is basically up in the air on jack stands while it waits to receive its upgrades for the 2024 season. And let me tell you, it's gonna be a lot, and I'm gonna share it all with you guys. I'm going to document everything I do, record it, and upload it to YouTube, because I know a lot of you guys have been begging for it. So please be patient. I'm gonna upload them as the work is done, and to be honest, I haven't really done much yet, because like I said, I might have gotten a little distracted with an entirely different project. And one more excuse, these YouTube videos take a while for me to edit, so yeah, just be patient. They will come. And before I went on my 20-hour journey to pick up this new project, I had to remove the bumper and lip off the race car because I was taking it with me and it was getting dropped off along the way. And it's always a great excuse to show off what goes on behind the bumper, because I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, enough about this car. Let's talk about this little journey and this new project. What is up, guys? It has been a while since I've done this. Hello YouTube again. Sorry if the audio is not great. The media mod on my GoPro seemed to stop working. So we're just using the GoPro by itself. So maybe the audio quality is not great. I don't know. This weekend, it is a road trip weekend. We are going down to Alabama to pick up a new shell. Kind of funny, this is almost the exact same scenario as a few years ago when I was going to Florida to pick up the first sedan shell. Yeah, we're going to Alabama, pick up a clean shell. It's got a nice roof. It's got a pretty decent quarter panel. We're gonna cut it up and repair my race car that was rolled over in a ditch. So that's the primary goal. The secondary goal is actually 13 minutes away. We're going to Rise Fab Shop in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I've been talking to Andrew, and he's going to make a copy of my doobie lip. Not an exact copy, we're gonna change it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm super nervous to run this lip. It was a lot of work to bring it from Japan. And I knew if I put it on the race car that it was gonna get smashed up. So I reached out to Andrew, and he knows a little bit about carbon work, and he is willing to make a mold of this lip. And then, like I said, we're gonna change it up a little bit, and we're going to reproduce it. So if any of you guys have a sedan, you want this lip, keep in touch, because in the next few months, I'll be posting updates about how that whole project is going. So anyway, I'm going to drop off a bumper and the doobie lip, and then we're gonna continue on our way down to Alabama. So, see you guys later. All right, I think we are here. Hello, Rise Fab Shop.
You have arrived.
Oh, I got some sweet cars. Look at that S15. All right, we are here. Drop off that bumper. Doobie lip getting its mold made here at Rise Fab Shop. How cool is this thing? Turbo K24 996 Porsche. So this is actually Andrew's car that he's building for Time Attack, and he's doing all this work himself. Hand-shaped wide body out of foam, which he then molded, and then he used carbon fiber to make the over fenders. So absolutely badass, and it's pretty much the reason why I dropped off my lip here. Andrew knows what he's doing with composites. But also, check this out. Look how sick this thing is. It's got a Toyota GR86 dash and a Porsche 996 with an awesome pedal box, sequential, all the good stuff. It's an epic build, and it's gonna be really fast once it's done. And everything else in the shop was pretty freaking awesome. This S15, gorgeous car. So it was pretty cool checking out what they had going on. And like any car guy, I could have been there for hours, but I had places to be, so let's hit the road again.
Things that are causing inflammation. So try adding a quarter cup of cilantro to a salad, your smoothie daily, and watch your skin clear out.
8.18 mpg.
All right, lipped, dropped off, Rise Fab Shop. Andrew's a cool dude. But yeah, anyway, fuel mileage on my F250. If you're not up to speed, got a 2023 F250 with the 7.3 liter gas. It's awesome. Fantastic truck. It does drink quite a bit of fuel though, but it's been a weird trip because normally with the trailer fully loaded, all my spare parts, all my spare tires, I've been getting around 9 to 10 mpgs, which is pretty good. It's not terrible. It's decent for towing a 24-foot enclosed trailer. For some strange reason on this trip, the trailer is completely empty. I took everything out of it to make it as light as possible, and I'm getting 8 mpg. Trip 2 is my current from Columbus. So, all right, 8.4. I guess it's extremely windy today. Going in a lot of headwind with a massive box behind you kills mpgs. So it kind of shows that this truck doesn't care about weight. It's just an aero drag. So anyway, I got about 4 hours remaining to Alabama, pick up the new shell, and then head back to Louisville, Kentucky. Let me show you. It'll be pretty dark, can't really see much. But yeah, there's a 4-door Civic in here. Truck's a beast. But gas mileage isn't the best this trip, but most of the time it's alright. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so we got the sedan all loaded up. I didn't really record any video because it's kind of awkward. Thanks a lot to James and then Matthew. Those guys are awesome. Anyway, that's it for this trip. When I get back to Columbus, I'll show you what I picked up. So it's a shell. It's got what I need. For the price I paid, it's perfect. That's never easy, no matter how many times I do it. Pretty good though. Look at that, man. Perfect angle to the driveway. Let's go check out what's actually inside the trailer. It's not terrible. Pretty good. I need this quarter panel. The only issue is this little spot right here, but I can fix that. Knock it out a little bit. And the roof is in pretty good shape. Good glass that I can keep. These doors, they're a little beat up right there on the side, but I don't know, still keep them. Trunk is nice, taillights are good, bumper beam. This quarter panel is really good shape. These doors are pretty good. So overall, successful purchase. Thanks James once again, and start cutting parts off of it. So good little trip, Good truck, good trailer. Let's fix this sedan. Parts car, but I could also make it a second race car. I don't really know yet. Yeah, I mean, if I was stupid, I'd make another one. If I was stupid, I'd make another one. If I was stupid, I'd make another one. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen to this car, but let's just continue to play stupid like I did at the time of this recording. But yeah, this car was immaculate. It probably spent its entire life down south, and I'm not used to cars this clean. This car had zero rust on it, and the only negatives was the lower radiator support, which is an easy fix. The previous owner did take the nice doors and put his damaged ones on. Once again, not a big deal. And just a little bit of damage to the quarter panel by the trunk and taillight, which also easy fix. The roof was spotless. It was a non-sunroof car as well. Just a little bit of overspray that can, you know, easily be cleaned up or wrapped. And the interior was, well, irrelevant. I wasn't gonna use any of it anyway. And at this point, I was already 50-50 on what to do with this car. Either cut it up and use it to fix a current race car, which would be a shame because this car was so clean and rust-free. Or option two, save it and build another one. Because that's what I would do if I was stupid. And sometimes I feel pretty stupid. All right, so there it is. Could have used parts of that car, and we're going to fix this car. It is kind of sad because that chassis, it is actually really clean, and it would be a perfect candidate to make into a backup parts car, but I think we'll look into that option down the road. All right, so a week later, we've made the decision to keep this chassis as build number 2, which is going to be a spare race chassis. So I'm going to tub this one and cage it, but it's going to be a long-term thing. I'm not going to rush it, right, babe?
Yeah.
No more 7-month build. So I did another stupid thing today, and I picked up another chassis. So let's go take a look at this one. This one's worth cutting up. So as you can tell, based on this right here, this was on the car when I left, and it is no longer, oh my gosh. Yeah, it just fell off. This one's a little rusty. But the good thing about this car is that it's filled with Mountain Dew bottles, and it's got a nice roof. And it's got a nice quarter panel. There's a little bit of rust right here, but I need it only up to this section. So good quarter panel, good bumpers, good door, good headlights, taillights, has a nice hood, it's got decent fenders, and it smells like ass. I'm gonna cut up this car, use this roof, quarter panel, spare parts to fix the sedan, the race car, and that car will be turned into a spare chassis when I have free time, which I don't know when that is. And yeah, this one, she's rusty, so good chassis to cut up. It's got a pretty decent front bumper, good headlights, hood's in decent shape. The only kind of bad part is this fender, but bumper, decent shape. It's got decent doors. This door here has a little bit of rust on the bottom, so I could throw that out. But anyway, we're gonna cut this car up, use what we can, throw away the rest. So let's get to it. Alright, I feel like I need to explain myself here in a little bit more detail because a lot has happened in the span of 1 week. The week prior, I went down to Alabama to pick up the car that I thought I was going to cut up and use those parts to fix the current race car, but I made the decision that it was way too nice. So instead, I was going to build that car as chassis number 2. So on the side, I'm going to tub it, get it caged, and basically have it as a ready rolling shell just in case something unfortunate happened to my current race car, and then I could basically swap all the parts into that car and then race it. Basically, I didn't want to get into another situation like I did last year where I crashed the car and then I had to sacrifice 7 months of my life building an entire car from scratch, because honestly, that was hell. So where the hell did this car come from? Probably the bottom of the ocean based on how rusty it was. But because I was no longer cutting up the blue car, I didn't have a roof or a quarter panel to fix the current race car, and I still want to fix that car, make it look nice and pretty. So I found this car on Facebook Marketplace and I reached out and I basically asked the guy, hey, can I just come over there and just cut the roof off of it? And he's like, yeah, okay, you can do that. And then I said, all right, well, maybe I'll also cut the quarter panel off. And while I'm there, I might as well take the bumpers. I'll take the taillights too. Oh, looks like the trunk's okay. I'll take the doors as well. And then he basically just told me, dude, just pick up the whole car. And that's kind of what I ended up doing. Honestly, the deal was worth it. I paid a few $100s, and that's basically what I would pay for a roof anyway. But yeah, the annoying thing about this thing was the left rear drum was completely seized up. We had to use a come along to get it in the trailer, and then getting it out was a pain in the butt as well. So yeah, we had to use a little dolly to get the car out, and this thing was just absolutely disgusting. The difference between this car and the blue car was totally night and day difference. I just wanted to get this thing out of the trailer and just get going on cutting it up, but of course, rust finds its way to hamper any sort of progress. Man, I tried my absolute best for a long time to try to free up this drum brake, but it was no luck. The thing was just seized to the drum brakes. I thought maybe the e-brake cable was seized up and it was not releasing, so I cut it. That didn't help. So really, the only option at that point was to just take the whole trailing arm off, which, you know, I had to then struggle with the annoying rusty bolts, and then just replace it with a spare trailing arm that actually can roll. So let's just do that. Like I said, what a pain in the ass. Rusty cars absolutely suck, and you can see why I really wanted to keep the blue car in one piece, because that thing had 0 rust.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of camber.
Okay, which one is better, Eric? The blue or the red?
Not this one.
Uh-oh.
You had a blue yesterday, or? This one can be yours, babe.
Just a little bit of rust.
Okay.
It's got a good roof though. That's all I care about.
That means that you can use.
I think it's seen better days.
I don't know how this happened. Yeah, I mean, if I was stupid, I'd make another one.
Get it.
Yeah, rusty over here, but if I cut it this way, I think this panel is still pretty good. Roof is solid, trunk solid, this rear quarter panel section is good. I don't know how this happened. This is ridiculous.
So I started by taking all the good panels off of the red rust bucket and transfer it onto the blue car to make all the bodywork complete, and honestly make it look a lot prettier as well, because look at it, it looks pretty damn good, to be honest. So to recap, this blue car is going to be chassis number 2, and it's going to be a slow build, which is a perfect opportunity to document everything I do on that car. My original plan was to do a whole YouTube build on the original race car, but obviously that didn't happen. So now I have another opportunity to do it right for you guys. Document everything, share it, show you guys how I made the tubs, and build another JTCC race car from scratch.